out between the tick-tock dog. I came out the magnolia like the beetle, the genie of the incense smoke from the church people, mixed with the prayers of the people. Pollination, soprano watch pollination, global recalibration. Rock Nation called it shock waves in the basement. 7,000 kilohertz. With every verse I heal the earth. With every line I drop the tears of man into a cloud and a fine mist until it bursts and rain from the brain. Snowflakes with pain. The flow is just so insane. We wondering why you came. Here's the jewel, son. Be yourself. Quit looking like someone else. Get your dignity off the shelf. The truth that I code is stuff to your tool or whatever else. The Asiatic galactic master of the atlas, author of mathematics, civilized the savage, terrorized the clerics first. Big black chief like Robert Parrish. I broke the deputy neck.
All right. It is MoleHill News, dude. Yeah, it is MoleHill News. You clicked on the right thing. I really want to... it's my show. I'm going to start fucking playing about 30 seconds of tunes in the beginning of each episode. Because, yeah. I got to be honest. One of the things I hate the most about stopping to do something like my show, and I like doing my show a lot. I don't say I hate it. Is that I have to stop my tunes. I'm like an obsessive dude about listening to music constantly. So that's a new thing we're going to do. Welcome to MoleHill Mining. I hope it is educational. Perhaps it may be entertaining. It is fucking not financial advice. I'm a dude who sometimes gets lucky, sometimes fucking blows my cash. But, you know, it's fun to look at the numbers and read a couple of news stories to y'all. So thank you for dropping in. All right, look at this big fucking chart here. The big names are doing well, but we see a lot of red here in the small names. But, you know, what's new here? This is a volatile area, as if this whole chart's not volatile in and of itself. But look at that. It's only 1% change there. So, you know, yeah, a little bit mellow in the last 24 hours. Looking at the top 10, we got Bitcoin up top there. What was that? 50.3. Ethereum's coming in at 1.7. Cardano's coming in at $1.14 in third place. Tether slid down to fourth. Binance Coin is in fifth right now at $234.91. Polkadot is $34.56 in sixth place. XRP is in seventh place at 46 cents. Uniswap has been pegged there at 8 for a few days, like maybe a week now, at $33. Litecoin's at $188.61. And to round out the top 10 is Chainlink. Chainlink has been holding on there at $28.39. Is it close at all? It's not super close, but we could start keeping an eye on that. It could be either Stellar or Bitcoin Cash because there's not a huge gap there. Okie dokie, let's look at the top 24-hour the movement. Engine Coin, once again, they've been kind of bouncing back and forth, but look at that. It's 165 in the 7-day. Good for them. Decentralized, 20% up. Oh, we're getting those big numbers that we were seeing last week. Some of those are coming back. Some of those DeFi coins. Look at that. Yearn Finance. What is this? Last summer, dude? We had, what? Boom, right there. Uniswap. That's last summer. Yearn Finance is from last summer. Wow. What a revival. That article was right. Yearn Finance, 20%. Reserve Rights Token, 17%. Horizon Token, 15%. And then Uni at 9.76. All right. Well, since we last chatted, since we last talked, it's been just a little under 9 hours, and there's been almost no movement on Bitcoin at all. But, you know, like if you just looked at that straight line, the most movement we had during that time was almost 4% over the course of about 5 hours. That's not outrageous for Bitcoin at all. So when we last chatted, I think we were just about to drop into the cloud, and we were hoping we might bounce, but I didn't. I kind of had my doubts, I think. So it looks like we did break through the cloud, but we bounced off the $50,000 marker. So a lot of people are putting buy orders in here probably. Although I don't actually see a ton of buying activity below this. Like I don't see a huge spike. But anyways, we bounced off of that, broke through some really thin resistance, and then broke through some pretty thin support. And we'll see what happens next. Let's go ahead and look at a more detailed version of the cloud. We're having a death cross occur right on the screen here. So that's a push. That's a downward sign. The lagging indicator is pointing up, but it's coming after a pretty downward push, and everything's happening under some pretty thin support. So I don't know. That's a pretty inconclusive. And the EMAs are mostly inverted. That happened pretty quick here in the last few hours that they just kind of flipped on us like that. Or wait, why am I saying inverted? Sorry, it's only these top two. They were primed for upward motion here, but then yeah, I think what I was trying to say was that, let's see. Since we last chatted, they got jumbled. They didn't quite invert. I don't know why I said that. Then they straightened out for the most part for some upward momentum, and this one looks like it's pushing down pretty hard in the last little bit here. So I'd say relatively inconclusive, somewhat downward motion is my weather forecast for Bitcoin today. Let's see. Well, Uni, I just was mentioning. I guess that made the like a specific article. Oh yeah, first DeFi app token. That's why. Yeah, Uni also kind of started the DeFi thing, as far as I understand it, at least as far as a dedicated token on a given exchange. So yeah, good for Uni for getting on the top 10 about a week ago, and it's been staying there. That was like my criticism of the DeFi ecosystem in general. It was like even more volatile, but it was also just kind of scammy and weird. But it seems like the OG like wasn't trying to be a scam, but a lot of copycats were. So sushi. Anyways, yeah, this is like a really long read about potential outcomes, but they basically say that there are two potential outcomes. I mean, either the U.S. dollar just kind of plugs along and just does performs poorly but doesn't totally collapse, in which case the Bitcoin will sort of remain tethered to it somewhat, or the U.S. dollar completely collapses, in which case Bitcoin will have a runaway price increase in terms of U.S. dollars. But I mean, that's every commodity would have a runaway price increase in U.S. dollars if the U.S. dollar collapsed. So I mean, it's not really like a. I read this whole fucking thing so you don't have to. Okay. And then this is a cool one. I like this kind of stuff. So like, they want, Cambodia's government is kind of like, all right, our banking system's behind, but because we have this, because we see this digital technology out there, why don't we just, instead of trying to like put brick and mortar banks everywhere and do that traditional shit, why don't we just push a national digital currency and cell phones on people and kind of skip the banks and build our own thing? And I think that's what more people need to do, especially people who've been underbanked, like underserved by the bank industry all these years. Because fuck traditional banks, man. They've made my life suck. So, like, I'm in need of alternative channels, which is why I'm so interested in crypto. Yeah. So, like, why let those banks bring their bullshit behavior into other people's countries, man? They should just jump on crypto and just move along. That's what I think. I'm pretty into it. Let's see. What else was I going to talk about? Yeah, India. Was it India? Yeah. NPR about like 2 years ago had a story. I didn't really talk about crypto so directly because I guess it was more like an unknown technology. Like maybe it was in the discussion, but it didn't really make the NPR article. Like the phrase cryptocurrency, at least. But without talking about it, they really hit all the talking points that this article talked about. So it's not the first time I've heard a country like a national government kind of look at a jacked banking system or just like an underperforming banking system and like national system and be like, yeah, let's just like skip it. Like everyone has smartphones. Let's just get to that part now. So that's cool. All right. Good evening, everybody. I will talk to you in the morning. Where's my? There it is.